Okay, this episode is about can a woman tow a travel trailer? Yes. There's a lot of YouTubers out there, trying to push, well, you gotta live in a vehicle, a car, a van, that's a bunch of hogwash. The whole thing about, women not being able to tow travel trailers or what have you. But anyway, it's very simple. You're going to have to get a vehicle that can, tow it. That's has a hitch assembly on the back. I don't have mine on right now, but then you're just going to back it up. It's as simple as this. You're just backing it up to here. You're going to be cranking this up, up and down. This is real easy to crank. Get this above where your hitch ball is going to go up into it. Okay, I just have a lock on there right now, just so nobody can pull up and tow away my my travel trailer. Okay, so after you get your ball underneath and you drop it down just by turning this gizmo, and then you lock it with this. It's real simple. And then you got your weight distribution bars. So basically, it's a chain that goes on one, on your A-frame on the trailer, and then the other end goes up into the hitch assembly, and it locks into place. Okay, as soon as you push it up in there, this thing only weighs about 6 pounds. So you can definitely do that if you're a woman. And then you have your safety chains, okay, which connect to the hitch also, and that's it. I mean, it's that simple. All you have to do is be a little brave, I guess. I've talked to a lot of women that are living in vans and stuff, and they're afraid. Basically, they have fear. And they hear, YouTubers describing how great it is to live in a van, which, is absurd. I mean, I lived in a van when I was 17, 18 years old. It's terrible. A lot of vans you can't even stand up in. You're going to be, bent over. And then I see these YouTubers talking about $3,000, $5,000 van rebuilds. So one I saw was $8,000 to rebuild it, and over what they paid for the van. And you still don't have the necessities, the conveniences, the comforts of a travel trailer. Okay, I'm sitting down here. Sun's going down. I'm in the deserts, Southern California. It's beautiful out. It's in the 70s. You go and spend all that money, and you still are pooping in a 5-gallon bucket or a composting toilet. And so you got to buy composting materials. You got to, figure out a way where you're going to dump your number two every day or two, and all that kind of stuff. With an travel trailer, you got a black water tank and a gray water tank. The black water tank is, taking your human waste and it goes into a tank. And then with me, this is a small 22-footer. You don't need a huge trailer. It's 150 square feet inside. It would be considered a tiny home. I have to dump my black water tank once every 6 weeks. That's the only time I have to even deal with it, and it's super easy. I mean, there's just there's a hookup underneath. You got some hoses that hook up, right here, and a hose goes there, and you go to a place where you can dump your tank. And it takes 5 minutes. Real simple and easy. I got a rock tumbler going right now. I'm in Rock County. you know, and your gray water tank is basically your sink water and your shower water, and that's a separate tank. And you know, that fitting there that I just showed you, there's two valves, and you can dump both of those. That's like once every 6 weeks. And if you're in an LTVA like me, that's all free. You know, the dumping costs are free. You also have the things you don't have. I'll tell you what your travel trailer has, and these van builds don't have, basically. You got a hot water heater, so you can have a hot shower. You don't get that in a van build. Having a nice hot shower. If it's I see people, you know, with shower tents and stuff, and that's great if, you know, it's in the 70s or 80s, but what about when it's freezing outside? Okay. So you have a hot water heater. Everything can be run off a propane and a 12-volt battery. That's the other thing. Okay. Yeah, I have in this tiny little trailer, I consider this a mid-size maybe. Not super tiny, but, you know, 22 foot. I've also got a 25-gallon freshwater tank, holding tank, and then I have 4 or 5-gallon jugs, so I usually have about 45 gallons of fresh water. Anyway, I have a kitchenette with a 3-burner stove, propane stove, countertop, and sink, and then I have a full bathroom. You know, a hot shower, sink, and toilet with running water, you know, because I have the water pump, you know, and that, just a simple, you know, it's all taken care of. I mean, it's just like in a home. Refrigerator and freezer, you know, standard equipment on your travel trailers. And van builds, you know, I see people, that's a Dometic, which is a very expensive, well, you know, you'll see those in a $500,000 motorhome, the Dometics. And I've got widescreen TV, 2 CD players, laptop computer, computer printer, computer scanner, all that kind of stuff. I've got pretty much everything you'd have in your home. You know, and then I have I made this just to pull out, to put my laptop on, and then, you know, something on wheels, so you can sit down easy and move it out of the way easy, okay? That's simple. Anyway, my RV's in a mess, so I'm not really going to show you much inside there. Okay, yeah, also have a furnace. Gas furnace, propane furnace, so you stay warm at night. And I've got, I changed over the 1 tank in the front here to a 2 tank. They had a small 1 tank, 20 pound tank, and now I've got a double 30-pound tanks. So I can be out in the boondocks 3 times longer. Okay, I also have air conditioning. Most van builds don't have that. It's a roof mount. That's 15,000 BTU. Unfortunately, when you're boondock camping, my generator is 1,600 watts. My little portable generator. Very lightweight. Yeah, it's like 40 pounds. Yep. It's very easy. For at least for me to lift up, and I put that in the trailer when I'm traveling. It's called a Predator, 2,000 watt peak. That would not run the big 15,000 BTU. So what I did was install a 5,000 BTU. Just cut out a hole, put it in. You know what I mean? And wired it and all that kind of stuff. So that generator, that little portable generator, will run the 5,000 BTU, and because it's a small trailer, I mean, it will cool down really nice inside. You don't need 15,000 BTUs. Let me see. Okay, you also have 120 volt AC shore hookups. if you're in an RV park, you know, that's all wired in these travel trailers, and also 12-volt DC wiring and lighting, lighting throughout. You also have a lot of space on top to put solar panels. I did flexible panels. I put 600 watts up on the roof, and so I got plenty of solar. Plus I have 200 watts of portables outside. That's a separate solar system. Got plenty of solar. Usually I have 300 watts, but one of my panels flew over and broke, so I keep them level now. Just put them on the ground. You only lose about, from my calculations, I only lose about 3% of my charging current when they're, you know, level on the ground like that. So, and you got plenty, you know, roof, you know, 6.5 foot high ceiling inside, so you're not bent over. I mean, in some vans, yeah, you don't have to bend over, but I don't see the sense. My point here is I don't see the sense of buying